So you're wondering how to get more bees into your garden or your orchard or whatever you have on your property. The best way that I found to do it, other than buying some hives, is to supply the bees with something that they need. And in this case, I've supplied the bees with little water stations that I've strategically placed around my yard. I just use a container and I cut it in half and add some rocks in it. It's really important to have rocks in there, and keep part of the rock out of the water so the bee can fly around, land somewhere to get a drink of water out of the container. If they don't have a place to land, they'll tend to drown, which you've probably seen in your bird baths or in your swimming pools. You can see that the bees are really drawn to it. This is chlorine-free water. We have a well. If you have tap water, just fill your container and leave it out overnight. And then by the next day the chlorine should have evaporated. Just don't give it to the bees until the chlorine's all gone. So here I thought I'd show you how to make one really easy. This is the bottom of a 1-liter soda pop bottle. I've cut it off obviously, and I've gathered some rocks just from around the yard. I've cleaned them off a little bit, but I'm going to clean them again here in a second. You can see it's just as easy as dumping the rocks into the holder, picking out any little pieces of crud, leaves, sticks, and then seeding the rocks pretty carefully so if a bee lands on there, you know, bees aren't too heavy, but it lands on there, the rock will be steady for them. Some people ask me about sugar water. Should they use sugar water? You know, that would bring the bee in and keep them coming to your water source, but that stops them from pollinating your flowers, because getting the sugar water is a hell of a lot easier than getting pollen. So don't do that. Just use regular old water. So here you can see I filled this, I've overfilled it a little bit. So I pour it off and then walk it over to where I want it stationed, which is near some plants that I've just planted that are coming up to flower soon, but they're not quite there yet. And there you have it. That's how to get bees to come to your yard. I hope you liked it.